Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Big Rivers Conference action here. We're in Chippewa Falls tonight against the Chippewa Falls Cardinals and your Hudson Raiders for Big Rivers Conference action. Chippewa has kicked off. Hudson Madison Danielson gets the ball to the center backs there. Ellie Young shifts it over to Ani Lewis, number 25, the left back for the Raiders. Ani's going to switch fields here over to the right side there. Stella Duffy gets the ball up to the midfield. Ball gets sent up onto the right side there. Savannah Jensen, number 5, in pursuit, but that ball's going to go out the end line. Kicked out by the Hudson Raiders. That's going to be a goal kick for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Isabel Spooner, number 18 there, will take the goal kick for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Ball sent up and in, headed down by Hudson. Lizzie Collins, number 17 for the Raiders on the left side, inside the box, trying to manufacture room for a shot there. Can't quite get it off before the defenders collapse on her and take the ball away. Ball goes out the touchline on the left side there. It's going to be a throw-in for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Cameron Massini with the ball now in the top of the box. Stiff defense by the Cardinals, and they punch the ball out. Number 13, Carly Tewinkle, sends a hard-driven shot about 40 yards out that goes over the goalpost. Number 23, the goalkeeper for Chippewa, is Bailey Crawford. Watches that sail high and away, and number 18, Isabel Spooner, will again take the goal kick for the Cardinals. Ball's touched out of bounds by the Cardinals. Maddie Danielson there fighting for that 50-50 ball, and Isabel Spooner kicks that out for the Cardinals. Ball's thrown in by Ani Lewis, out by the Cardinals again. That's off of number 15, Adeline Bengtson for the Cardinals, and the Raiders with another throw-in. Inside the box to Savannah Jensen. Savannah navigating the end line there. The ball goes out of bounds off Savannah. They called that off Chippewa Falls. That's going to be a corner for Hudson. Hudson sends 2 players out. They're going to go 2v1 there. Might have a hard time getting that corner in on the kick there and seeing the ball. Here's Maddie Danielson with the ball, chipped into the goal box there, headed out by the Cardinals on defense. That was number 11 for the Cardinals, Grace Rosine, that headed the ball out of bounds. Going to be another corner for Hudson. Another one, I assume, we're not going to be able to get the camera angle to see the actual kick here. Here at Darius Field in Chippewa Falls tonight for the Big Rivers Conference action. A nice ball sent all the way across, touched in by Hudson, goes out of bounds off the end line, and number 23, Bailey Crawford, the goalkeeper, sends the ball over to Rosine. No, I'm sorry, it's Isabel Spooner again that's going to take that free kick. Knocked down by Massini. Massini trying to get the ball to her feet and does. Gets it out to Jensen on the right side there. See if she can catch it as it goes out the end line, but cannot. Going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. Jensen saying this should have been a Hudson ball, but the referee wanted to hear none of that. Marley Johnston for the Raiders heads the ball in, but it's turned over to the Cardinals here. Danielson makes a challenge, goes back to Chippewa. Carly Tewinkle, number 13 for the Raiders, is one of the holding midfield spots, gets it, sends the ball out to the flank there on the left side. It's played back by Danielson to Tewinkle. Tewinkle back to Ellie Young. Ashley Anderson, number 11, the right back for Hudson, gets the ball up to the right side to Stella Duffy. Duffy tries to slot the ball up the right side to Jensen. Chippewa intercepts and counterattacks. Ashley Anderson fighting for the ball along with the Chip player on the top left side there. Comes to the center, that's number 15, Adeline Bengtson again with the ball. Loses control. Lizzie Collins, number 17 for Hudson, gains possession, gets it to Marley Johnson. Marley sends it to the right side to Jensen. Jensen with a little footwork tries to get it one more spot out to the right and does to Duffy. Duffy sends the ball into the center, right into the heart of the Chippewa Cardinal defense. Ball comes back to Tewinkle, number 13. Tewinkle turns that ball over. Chippewa Falls coming down on their left side in their attacking third of the field. They try to center back in, but Marley Johnston intercepts there. Johnston gets the ball up to Jensen. Jensen tries to take the ball up the right flank and sends it to the middle there to Lizzie Collinson. Raiders had an opportunity there, but coming right down the funnel into the heart of the defense is a tough way to take it sometimes. Jensen with the ball again, sends the ball to the center, but it's intercepted by the Cardinals. Spooner gets the ball to the outside there. Chippewa sends the ball up past the half line there. Ella Young, number 12, gets a touch. And they're going to call a foul on Ella for the knockdown there. And that was really a 50-50 ball. I thought Ella did a nice job maintaining possession, doing the right thing there. Just because a kid falls down doesn't mean there's a foul, sir. But Chippewa will take this free kick and does. Comes into the attacking third near the top of the box. Chippewa's number 8 is Kara Smiskey, had the ball there. Ani Lewis sends it out to the right side of the Hudson offense to Savannah Jensen. Jensen on that right side tries to touch it up and does. And one more, she's trying to get the pass there to Cameron Massini, but the ball's knocked out of bounds by Chippewa, and Jensen's going to take this throw. Now she sends it back. Defenders take the throw. Smart move by Jensen to get more offensive attackers up on top. Duffy throws the ball to Ashley Anderson, gets it over to Tewinkle. Tewinkle trying to catch up to it, and Chippewa Falls gets a touch on it. Maddie Danielson over to Hudson, back to Tewinkle, gets it out to Ani Lewis. Ani mishandles the ball there and goes out the touch line, and that'll be Chippewa's throw-in. Hudson gains possession there. Johnston trying to get it to Cameron Massini. Can't do that. Goes over to Chippewa. Chippewa now dribbling upfield. Spooner getting the ball upfield, but that's intercepted by Ani Lewis. Gets it over to Tewinkle in the center midfield position there. Gets it to the outside to Jensen. Jensen trying to get a ball up to Massini. Can't quite get there. Intercepted by Chippewa. Intercepted back by Hudson. Johnston now over to Jensen again. Jensen with the ball at her feet, right foot touched, overlapping Duffy. Duffy comes in, brings the ball into the goal box there. Just a little bit in front of Lizzie Collinson, number 17 there for Hudson. That would have been a good scoring opportunity. Might needed to have that ball a little higher and served a little deeper into the box there to give Collinson a chance. Collinson on the 50-50 ball, loses that to number 17 for Chippewa, Hazel Bailing. Tewinkle with the ball to Jensen again. Jensen trying to get it outside. Ball's intercepted. That's number 14, Chloe Kester from Chippewa Falls. Hudson 3-on-1 in the back. Ball is sent back from Ani Lewis to Ashley Anderson on the right side there. Anderson gets the ball up to the right to Jensen again. Jensen's had a lot of touches early here. Controlling the ball, shielding the ball well. Jensen trying to get the ball to the outside there to... who is that? That's, yep, that is Duffy again. Stella Duffy, number 18, but Hudson can't control the ball. Goes out of bounds. Chippewa with the ball inside their half. Ani Lewis, one of Hudson's smarter defenders. She's always been a real intellectual type player who's always taken the right angles and being in the right place at the right time. Good defender for Hudson, Ani Lewis. I know the vivacious and handsome former coach of the Hudson Raiders, Mr. John Knutson, was always impressed by the play of Ani Lewis. Duffy with the ball on the right side of the Hudson defense, throwing the ball to the feet of Jensen. Jensen gathers the ball, turns forward, dribbles upfield, a little bit of open space there, gets past one defender, sends the ball up to the overlapping Duffy. He can't control that ball and it goes out of bounds there. Got to learn to send that one to open space and let Duffy run on rather than hitting a sharper angle, which is going to go out of bounds on a mistouch there. Chippewa with the ball, trying to switch fields and does. Sends the ball up to the midfield there to number 1, Ella Osmond, the young freshman player for Chippewa Falls. Ball comes upfield, but Ella Young will have no trouble gathering that in and sending the ball back. That's McKenna Olson, the goalkeeper for the Hudson Raiders. First time we've mentioned her name, which is a good thing. We want to keep McKenna like the Maytag repairman. Not a lot of action back there if the defense and the midfielders do their jobs. Hudson sends a nice ball up. Cameron Massini on that right side tries to angle that ball in off of a Chippewa defender into the goalkeeper's hands. Bailey Crawford, number 23 for Chippewa, punts that away. Goes up towards midfield and rocketed backwards on the touch there. Sent back up forward. Ellie Young's going to go back to McKenna Olson again. Olson with a touch to the right side and drives the ball out. Intercepted by Chippewa Falls, back by Hudson. Ball sent up to midfield there. Maddie Danielson, number 23, with the ball now. There's a triangle of Chippewa Falls players there. Gets the ball over to Marley Johnston. Johnston over to Savannah Jensen. Jensen sends a nice ball that time up to Duffy. Hopefully she can catch up and cannot. A little too stiff a ball on a sharp angle again. Goes out of bounds. Requires a little bit of touch there to send the ball to open space to allow your player to run on. Well, let's see. It looks like our center ref for today is Mr. Dean Gums.
In for Chippewa Falls, number 5, Alexa.
Having him restart that throw. Danielson with the ball for Hudson now, trying to back tap to open space. Sends it backwards to T-Winkle. T-Winkle shielding the ball now well. Loses the ball to Chippewa. Good bit of defense by Chippewa on the ball to dispossess. Chippewa sends a long ball forward, and that's going to be gathered in by McKenna Olson in the lime green, the goalkeeper for the Hudson Raiders. Olson punts the ball away. Short punt, only up to the 40-yard line or so. Danielson battling with the ball with the Chippewa player. Chip carries it out of bounds, and that should be a throw-in for Ani Lewis and the Hudson Raiders. Oh, they're calling it the other way, folks. Another missed call by the officiating crew. No, that's not Dean Gums here, I don't believe. Far too handsome a guy to be Dean Gums. Ani Lewis uses the Chippewa Falls offensive players, and ball gets sent out of bounds off the... Oh, my goodness. How on earth was that called Chippewa Falls when Ani used the Chippewa Falls player, knocked it right off him out of bounds? Not that I want to criticize officials. They do a fine job. McKenna Olson, wow, with a dangerous ball there. A highly chipped ball by the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Chip with a chip that almost scored there. Hudson on the counterattack. Marley Johnston with the ball. Spins around. Brings it back to center position there with Carly T-Winkle over to Ani Lewis. Ani sends it back. Ellie Young with it. Trying to get the ball up to Danielson. Doesn't quite make it there, but Ani Lewis gets the ball back. Goes from Lizzie Collinson to Danielson. Turned over to Chippewa Falls. He chips it up forward again. Dangerous position for the Hudson Raiders. Ashley Anderson seems under control there, defending it well. Nice job by Ashley Anderson, number 11 for the Hudson Raiders. Well defended. Cameron Massini with the ball right now. Loses it to Chippewa Falls, who turns it over to Carly T-Winkle. T-Winkle's going to drive the ball up into the right side there. Savannah Jensen waiting to gather that in and does. Keeps the ball in play along the touchline there. Nice bit of footwork there by Jensen, but then loses the ball. Going face up into the defender. She's going to have to find a better way to shield that ball. Lizzie Collinson chasing after this ball. I believe she'll get it before it goes out of bounds, but we'll never know from this camera angle. And they're going to give that to Chippewa Falls, it looks like, by the look on Ani Lewis's face. Intercepted by Massini, goes to Danielson, trying to touch it to the middle and does, but that's going to be gathered in by the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Hudson sends the ball in to goalkeeper Bailey Crawford, who makes a nice jump and catch in the air there. Well-driven ball by the Raiders. Chippewa gets the ball to midfield, turns it over. T-Winkle with the ball up to Jensen on the right side. Jensen trying to chip it in. Nobody there for Hudson, and that's going to go all the way back to Bailey Crawford for the Chippewa Falls Cardinal goalkeeper to gather in and punt away. Ball goes out of bounds to the left side, the right side of the Raiders facing the goal. Stella Duffy's going to take that throw and does. Gets it to T-Winkle back to the feet of Duffy, who sends it back to Ashley Anderson. Anderson wheels it around to Ella Young, number 12 in the center D. Young back to Ashley Anderson, back to Ella Young again. Young with the ball in her left foot, sends the ball up to Collinson. Collinson gets it out to the left side to Ani Lewis. Ani Lewis, number 25, back to T-Winkle in the center of the field. T-Winkle with a nice driven ball to the right side to Jensen. Good ball into space. Jensen trying to control and maintain possession of the ball, and that's going to be off of Chippewa Falls for a corner kick for your Hudson Raiders. Maddie Danielson, number 23, going to set that ball down for the corner. Both teams substituting on the stoppage in play. Score is 0-0 right now. Danielson taking the corner kick, puts it out onto the top of the goal box. Marley Johnston heads it into the 6-yard goal box line there. Headed out by the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. That's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for your Hudson Raiders. Lewis, number 25, with the ball in hand. More substitutions in and out. Center ref in red blows the whistle to restart play. Lewis with a deep throw in there, goes out of bounds off the Chippewa Falls defender. That's going to be another throw in for the Raiders. Oh, they're saying that went off Massini again. Boy, I do not know what my eyes are seeing today. Or maybe it's that with the videotape here that's being taken, I have a better view than the referees do on the field. You decide. That's number 8 for the Cardinals. Kara Smiski has the ball. Trying to get it to number 5 for the Cardinals, Alexa Crumry, that is. Raiders take back over. T-Winkle with the ball on the 40-yard line as they head toward their goal. Kicked into the shins of the Cardinals. Ashley Anderson gathers that rebound up, dribbles forward, comes out wide to Ani Lewis, number 25 for the Raiders. Keeping it along the left sideline, trying to get it up to another Hudson play. That's number 14, Maggie Lorenzen, who's in now for the Raiders on that left forward position. Ball goes all the way back to Ella Young. Ella tries to cut that ball out to her left side and does. Ball stays inbounds there. Still Hudson's ball. Ani Lewis gathers it in. Sends it up to Marley Johnston, number 8, the center midfielder for Hudson. Johnston with the ball under control. Sends it up. Savannah Jensen with the ball there. And they're going to, I believe, call offsides on that. It looked like Jensen was at least 2 yards offsides at the time of the kick there. But I didn't see the official raise the flag until he is pointing there now. But he certainly didn't raise the flag as they blew past him. Might suggest this refereeing crew goes and sees a good friend of mine, Gar Christensen, at Christensen Vision Care, to get their eyes tested. Chippewa with the ball back in their attacking third of the field there. Hudson under some duress. Shot comes off. It goes to the right side of the goal and out of bounds. It should be a goal kick for the Raiders. I don't believe McKenna Olsen touched that ball on its way out. Ella Young up to Ani Lewis on the left side for the Raiders. Ball gets turned over. Chippewa Falls, number 17 is Hazel Bailing. Does a nice job cutting the ball back to number 15, Adeline Bengtson of Chippewa. But the ball's turned over and Hudson now has it in their possession. Hudson has a scoring opportunity here, but Maggie Lorenzen mistouches the ball there and it just harmlessly dribbles to Bailey Crawford, the goalkeeper for Chippewa Falls. 0-0 score here in the first half with your Hudson Raiders versus the Chippewa Falls Cardinals today. We're at Duraeus Field in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin for this Big Rivers Conference match. Lorenzen trying to control the ball, goes to Lewis, out of bounds off of Chippewa. It'll be a throw-in for Hudson. Lewis takes the throw-in, trying to get it to Massini up on top for the Raiders, number 20. Massini inside the box in a dangerous position for the Raiders, crosses the ball there, trying to get it over to Jensen, but Chippewa Falls intercepts. Jensen recovers, turns the ball back over to Chippewa as they send the ball out of bounds to the left flank there. It's going to be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Number 3 on defense is Isabel Wisty. Izzy Wisty for the Raiders gets the ball to T-Winkle. T-Winkle tries to punch the ball up on top for the Raiders. Emma Blank, number 10 for the Hudson Raiders, gets a touch on the ball in the center there, but it's turned over to Chippewa. Chippewa making another counterattack here. Ball's intercepted by Maddie Danielson, number 23 for the Raiders. Sends the ball over to Wisty, number 3 for Hudson. Wisty trying to get a little bit of space and does. Maintains control on the right touchline there. Sends the ball up the field, and again, a little bit too tough an angle, too stiff of a pass, and Hudson Raiders are having a little trouble keeping the ball in on that right side. Taking the throw in for Chippewa is Chloe Baudette, number 4 for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals.
In for Chippewa Falls, number 14, Chloe Custer, number 9, Lily Spooner.
Cardinals controlling the ball in the midfield there. Now get it up to their forward position into a little bit more of a dangerous position for Hudson. And the ball is then intercepted by Carly T-Winkle up to Cameron Massini. Sends it over to the left side there. It's going to be touched by Lewis, who sends a left-footed shot up, but that one's going to go right out of bounds. Too stiff a ball again into the empty space. Lorenzen can't catch up to that one. It's going to be a goal kick for the Cardinals. Isabel Spooner, number 18, the senior defender for Chippewa, takes the goal kick. Emma Blank gets a touch on that. Ball is now at the foot of Danielson, goes off the Chippewa defender. Ball's being contested there by T-Winkle and Chippewa, and now it's Cameron Massini tries to flick a ball over to Lorenzen, can't quite get it there. Intercepted by Chippewa. Ball's headed by Ellie Young twice, sends it backwards, but it goes to Chippewa, who turns it over. T-Winkle with the ball now for Hudson, sending it to the right side. Chippewa in pursuit. That's number 6, Caitlin Siddons for Chippewa Falls. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Raiders. Wisty runs up to take that throw-in. Trying to get that ball to Duffy. Ball's turned over. Possession regained to the middle there. That's number 14, Maggie Lorenzen for Hudson. Gets a shot, but it goes to the left side of the goal out of bounds, and that's going to be another goal kick for the Cardinals. Excuse me. Chippewa ready for the goal kick here. Possessed by Hudson, sent back to Lewis. Lewis going to send the ball back one more rotation over to Ella Young. Ella's got to be a little careful here. Anderson needs to go further back instead of flatter to not allow that Chippewa defender to intercept the ball like they almost did. Massini trying to get a ball slotted in for Duffy there. Can't quite get it. Chippewa Falls intercepts. Pretty even game today as far as possession goes and offensive opportunities. Hudson's gotten a few shots off. I don't believe Chippewa's got a shot on goal yet. I know McKenna Olson has touched the ball a few times, but not really any scoring threats. Hudson's had a few scoring threats, but certainly haven't had enough finishing skills to get the ball in the net yet. And here we are, 0-0 yet in the first half. Ball goes out the touchline by Chippewa. It's going to be a throw-in for Hudson here. Ball comes into the box. and out of bounds. And that's going to be a corner kick for Hudson off of Chippewa Falls. I was going to make an assumption Danielson will take this corner kick as she usually does, and I see her run into the picture there, but we can only assume that she's taking the corner kick since we can't see it from this angle. Looks like they maybe tried to go 2v1 and the ball went out of bounds there, and it's going to be turned over to Chippewa Falls, it looks like. Again, sheer speculation since we couldn't see what happened.
Number 3, Jenna Johnson in for Chippewa Falls.
Substitutions going on. Ball's played in by Chippewa there. Touched by number 9 from Chippewa, Lily Spooner. Hudson gets a header on that ball. Chippewa regains control. Spooner with the ball again. Intercepted by Hudson. Goes back to Ani Lewis. Lewis trying to get it to the center there and does to Massini. Massini sends the ball back into the right to Wisty. Wisty, number 3, gets the ball upfield to Duffy, now playing a midfield position for Hudson on the outside. Chippewa intercepts. Hudson intercepts. Chippewa intercepts. Back to Hudson. Shortly here, I'm sure. Chippewa making a good run. Nobody trying to apply pressure on the ball carrier here for about 40 yards. And that's going to be Chippewa with the ball deep in the attacking third now, and they try to send the ball back. That's number 21 for Chippewa, Sydney Berg. She sends the ball into the center. That is touched out by Hudson, but it's regained possession by Chippewa. That's Spooner with the ball on the left side again, getting toward the goal box there. Top of the goal box, Maddie Danielson. Good job at dispossession there by Danielson. Gains control of the ball, trying to send it upfield, gets it toward Massini. Massini still with control, sends the ball to the outside to Duffy. This is a good scoring opportunity for Hudson. Duffy rockets the ball off the right post and out of bounds. Good shot by Duffy on the short side there. Nice little bit of mustard on that ball for Miss Duffy, Stella Duffy, a young freshman player for Coach Steve Solom. I'm sure he's happy with the way she's played. She's been a terrific player all year long as a starter. Wisty with the ball for Hudson. Emma Blank, number 10, in the midfield now, trying to get a ball to the middle. Ani Lewis temporarily had the ball, but it turns over to Chippewa once again. Blank trying to gain control of the ball, goes out of bounds. It's going to be a Chippewa throw-in, I believe. And it is. Lily Spooner for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals will take that throw. Spooner, the young sophomore there, and sister Isabel Spooner, number 18, playing side by side or near each other. Raiders intercept that ball, send it to no one but the Chippewa defense. Chippewa regains possession. They're trying to get that ball out to Spooner there. Ani Lewis sending the ball back to Ella Young. Young trying to get it back to Lewis, intercepted by Spooner, but Ani got the ball back, gets it to Emma Blank. Emma Blank sends it to Chippewa Falls. Chippewa Falls on the attack again. Carly Tewinkle steps up, gets that ball away. Cameron Massini with a turnover there. Blank with the ball again, sends it to Chippewa Falls. Massini fighting hard for a ball. They're going to call a foul on Massini and give a free kick to the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. That's Caitlin Siddons again taking the free kick at the spot of the foul. Ball's headed out by Ani Lewis, headed down to the feet of the Hudson Raiders there. Whoa, Massini with a slip on the AstroTurf there. Whoa, that's really, really casual defense and goalkeeping by the Hudson Raiders. Nobody seemed to want that ball, and Chippewa Falls was coming hard on that and almost won that ball. McKenna, as the goalkeeper for Hudson, definitely needs to loudly communicate the expectations to those defenders. Anderson with the ball, sends the ball back to McKenna Olsen there, has plenty of time, at least did. Sends the ball out to the right-hand side to Izzy Wisty. Wisty with the ball, carries it upfield into open space with Chippewa on her heels. Wisty still with the ball, no one closing in and applying pressure to her. Wisty sends a heavy ball down and right to the goalkeeper there, not giving the forwards a chance to run onto that ball. Bailey Crawford punts it away for Chippewa. Ball's controlled by Chip, intercepted by Danielson over to Massini. Massini with the ball, sends it to her left to Emma Blank. Blank with the ball, trying to get it out to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with a rough touch there. And then skies the ball up to the top of the goal box there. It was headed, Massini there. Nice bit of hustle by Cameron Massini, interfering with that goalkeeper's space like she should when she has potential possession of the ball. Good job by Massini. Well fought there in the goal box. One of Hudson's few scoring opportunities here in the game, but a few is much better than the none that Chippewa have actually had. Maddie Danielson with the corner again for Hudson. Let's see if Hudson has a play in mind here. Instead, she just lost the ball to the 6-yard line there. It's bounced around there. Hudson can't get a head or a body on that ball. Ball goes off the Hudson Raiders, and that's going to be a goal kick for Chippewa. Number 1, Ellie Osmond there, the young freshman, gets the ball up. I'm sorry, it's number 7 actually. Adriana Bernier gets the ball to the other defender there, number 6, Caitlin Siddons, for the free kick. Chippewa with the ball, sends it back into the midfield area. Midfielders trying to get it up to the forwards and do. Approaching, crossing the center line there at the 50. Ashley Anderson for Hudson intercepts and gets it out to the right side to Jensen. Jensen trying to send the ball up and does. And that's Duffy on the right side for Hudson, bringing it into the goal box area. Comes back to the midfield for a shot. I believe that was Marley Johnston with a left-footed ball. Goes up and over the goal, and that's going to be another goal kick by the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Siddons puts the ball down there. I'm sorry, that's number 11 now. Grace Rosine is going to take this goal kick and does. Emma Blank gets a touch, headed by Chippewa. Blank with the ball again. Trying to cut the ball back, send it to the center. She gets it to Johnston. Johnston slides it over one more spot. A left-footed chip by Maddie Danielson. Goes harmlessly to goalkeeper Bailey Crawford. Crawford punts it away for the Cardinals. Neither team is really dominating or showing any masterful control of the ball here today. You'd like to see a little better passing and receiving and strategic work on combination play by Hudson. They make one or two passes and then send it to no one or into space that's way too far beyond their players. That was a good example of that kick there. Chippewa intercepts. Sends to the outside there. That's number 7 for Chippewa, Adriana Bernier. Ani Lewis trying to get it to Maddie Danielson, intercepted by Chippewa again. That ball's overtaken by Emma Blank, number 10 for Hudson. Madison Danielson with the ball now for the Raiders. Going into 3 defenders, gets dispossessed. Ball gets taken away and goes upfield for Chip. Intercepted by Hudson. Ashley Anderson, number 11, with the ball. Trying to find open space and get it over to Johnston. Congested there, sends the ball backwards. Ellie Young has it, chips it out to the right there to Izzy Wisty, number 3, trying to shield the ball there and does. Sends it back to the middle, but that illustrates what I was just talking about. Wisty sends the ball into 10 yards of open space, so there's no Hudson Raider in sight. Chippewa now with the ball. Captain, one of the captains for the team, Hazel Bailing, with the ball there. Ball gets touched out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Chippewa. Substitutes are going to come on and off the field for both teams during this stoppage. Chippewa sends the ball in on one bounce. McKenna Olson grabs the ball securely, runs out to the top of the box, and distributes to the outside to her defender. Actually, Savannah Jensen, not a defender, but in a position to receive. You got to be careful on distributions that the players aren't marked, as Jensen was heavily there, and Hudson loses the ball to Chippewa Falls. Marley Johnston with the ball for the Raiders, trying to get it up to the right side. Ball is intercepted by Duffy there. Duffy's faster than the Chippewa kid. Gains possession of the ball, slots it over. Oh, a tremendous scoring opportunity for the Hudson Raiders. As a great ball was served in by Stella Duffy, and Lizzie Collinson with the left foot touches it to the near post and outside. Instead of maybe cutting that ball one more step to the left, unbalancing the goalkeeper and passing the ball to the back of the empty net on the left side for the Hudson Raiders, to the right side of the goalkeeper there. So good scoring opportunity for the Hudson Raiders, misfires. That's going to be a push in the back by Chippewa. On to Maddie Danielson, number 23 of the Raiders, who got knocked down pretty hard there. Danielson going to take this free kick for the Raiders. She's probably going to send this up and in on net. Let's see if Hudson can get some people in the 6-yard goal box area there to interfere with the goalie enough to get a goal. Well chipped ball by Danielson, and a great stop by Bailey Crawford, the goalkeeper for Chippewa. That was a great ball for Hudson. What I would have loved to have seen as a forward or midfielder cutting in front of that goalkeeper just to take some attention away from the catching of the ball cleanly. Instead, with a nice jump, the goalkeeper, Bailey Crawford, was able to get up high enough to catch it cleanly for a nice stop. But it was a well-struck ball by Maddie Danielson. T-Winkle with the ball, bodies it down to her feet there for control. Collinson with the ball now, sends the ball there to the middle to Duffy. Duffy chips the ball back. No one there for Hudson to receive. Chippewa intercepts. Sends it upfield. There's 1v5 there. Chippewa Falls against 5 Hudson Raiders, now 6. Nobody from Chippewa offering any kind of support for their lone player up on top there with the ball for a minute. Hudson intercepts the ball, and Jensen again on the right side, which has been a familiar theme for Hudson all day. Jensen sends a good ball to the middle there to Collinson. Collinson's got some space to work. Let's see if she can get it down and get some space for a shot. Collinson turns the ball over to Chippewa Falls there. Good defense there. Nothing that Collinson did wrong, but excellent defense by the Chippewa Falls Cardinals there to dispossess Collinson of the ball and turn that upfield to their advantage. Well played by Chippewa Falls. Substitutions coming onto the field during this stoppage for Chippewa. Ani Lewis, number 25, holding the ball. Lizzie Collinson up on the left there. Cameron Massini coming into your picture there. Ani trying to get the ball to Massini, can't quite get it far enough. Chippewa Falls knocks it out of bounds. There'll be another throw in for the Raiders. Lewis ready for the throw. Trying to get that ball up to Cameron Massini. This time she does. Massini had the ball, but headed it out on her own, out the end line there, and that's going to be another goal kick for the Cardinals. Possession and control inside the attacking third for the Raiders has been a bit of a weakness today, that Hudson could very easily be up 2 goals to none or 3 goals to none by now, but just those final touches, keeping it close and under control inside the attacking third for Hudson. We've struggled a little bit today. As I say that, we're outplaying the Cardinals easily, where they haven't had even a scoring opportunity. Here's another chance for the Raiders. Ball gets sent into the goal box area and bounces 2 or 3 times. Lizzie Collinson was there. Ani Lewis was up there. Nobody could get a clean touch on the ball inside the goal box there, and another effort squandered by the Hudson Raiders. Isabel Spooner with the free kick here, the goal kick away. Ani Lewis heads the ball toward the center. Maddie Danielson gathers it in, gets it under control, sends it out to the right side there to Duffy. Duffy gets the ball up to Jensen. Jensen trying to send a ball to the middle, but that goes to no one but a Chippewa defender. Chippewa with the ball in the back on their right side now. New defender in for them is number 21. That's Sydney Berg. Ball goes to the goalkeeper, Bailey Crawford, who's going to punt this ball away. Punt comes almost to midfield. Possession's maintained by Chippewa. They try to slot the ball up to the right there. Ella Young chasing that down. This ball's going to go to McKenna Olson and does, and should come right back to Ella Young. But again, too casual play by McKenna Olson there on a weak touch, but she does gather it in and is able to secure it to punt the ball away. Now, what are they calling here? I think they're calling a handball outside the box, and it's going to be a free kick instead of a possession by Hudson here. Referee marking off 10 yards for the defenders. This is a dangerous spot for a free kick, and again, we apologize for the angles here, trying to get it into the shot there. There's the ball taken, comes into McKenna Olson. Doesn't get a clean touch on the ball, but it does get knocked out of the scoring zone there. That was by far Chippewa's best scoring opportunity of the day. Ball is headed on top of the penalty box there by Hudson twice. Little whack in the back there on Lizzie Collinson, and they're going to call a foul. Carly Tewinkle is going to take this free kick and does. Chippewa intercepts there. Hudson gets a touch on it, but Chippewa maintains possession. Slides it over to the left side, chipped up and into the right side, headed down by Hudson and back upfield on a counterattack. Chippewa regains possession, trying to get it to the forward spot there. A little give and go action with the Spooner sisters. Isabel to Lillian back. Chippewa with the ball again. That's number 21, Sydney Berg, who is going to take the throw in after substitutions come on the field again during this stoppage of play. 0-0, Hudson Raiders versus Chippewa Falls Cardinals in Big Rivers Conference action today. This is Knut Johnson reporting for Raider Soccer. Glad to be here with you tonight in Chippewa Falls at Duraeus Field. Savannah Jensen slots the ball up there to Massini. Massini with the ball, a good scoring opportunity. Should have cut it in toward goal and got a shot off. She brings it back out to Collinson. Chippewa intercepts that ball, goes out of bounds as they clear it out. Ani Lewis now running up to take that throw. Massini had an opportunity there, needed to be aggressive and take that at a good angle to the goal and get a shot off. Instead, she pulled it back, hoping for a better opportunity that never materialized. Danielson trying to slot a ball to Lewis and does, but she's going to be called for offsides. And that's going to be a free kick for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals at the spot of Lewis being offside. Berg sends the ball up. Possession still maintained by the Cardinals. Number 19, Andrea Sahaski with the ball. Trying to get it to the left side there. That's number 5, Alexa Crumry. Possession in the field by number 15, Adeline Bengtson with the ball. And now 17, Hazel Bailing with the ball. Chippewa still maintains possession, calling a foul there on Chippewa Falls there. That's going to back them up and push Hudson forward. Either Danielson or Tewinkle are going to take this ball. That would have been a good ball probably for Tewinkle to put Danielson in a scoring position, but Danielson's going to take the kick, and another beautiful ball by Danielson, but we're not getting any kind of blender effect down in front of that goalkeeper with our forwards to cause any kind of confusion. In this case, Bailey Crawford, the goalkeeper for Chippewa, was getting real clean looks and making easy catches on long balls. Hudson with possession of the ball for a very short amount of time. Turned over to Chippewa. Throw in by Alexa Crumry. Chippewa sends a long ball up top, way too far, and that should be a McKenna Olson stop. And she actually comes out of the penalty box area and uses her feet as she needs to. Chippewa again putting pressure on. Ball's just banged away by Ella Young, but Lizzie Collinson is there. Good job. Marley Johnston with the left foot tries to send it upfield, but the only person there was the Chippewa Falls defender, number 21, Sydney Berg. She turns it over to Hudson. Hudson gets the ball to the outside there. Now Lizzie Collinson with the ball instead of Instead of cutting the ball into clear space forward or to the left there, Collinson took it into the heart of two defenders and lost that ball. Goes out of bounds off Chippewa, though, and it's going to be a Hudson throw. Danielson with the ball at her feet. Dispossessed, ball goes to Chippewa. They lose the ball to T-Winkle. Ball gets turned over 2-3 times in a row here, back and forth. Now it's Cameron Massini, sends a beautiful ball to Lizzie Collinson, who hits the post on a shot. Ball comes bouncing down to the goal box area. Here's Collinson again with the right foot. Waved off. They're going to call offsides again on the Hudson Raiders. Or actually, they're calling the end of the first half there, so time expired before Hudson's able to score. 0-0 at the end of the first half, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the start of the second with Hudson kicking off. And back by the Hudson defense with control of the ball. Danielson up to Jensen. Jensen trying to send that ball deep into the attacking third. No one there for Hudson. Goalkeeper Bailey Crawford is just going to gather that in with no Raider within 15 to 20 yards of her, and she punts it away. Wow, was that a great scoring opportunity at the end of the first half. Another second or two and Hudson would have definitely been on the board, but the whistle was blown as the shots were being taken. That's cruel, actually. Most referees will allow scoring opportunities to continue. Not this crew, folks. They're definitely off my Christmas list. Hudson with possession of the ball very temporarily. Now Danielson with the ball, trying to get it into the attacking third for Hudson to Collinson. Johnston with the ball for Hudson now sends it out to the left side. Ani Lewis, the left back, overlaps, gets the ball deep into the corner, chips the ball in. Massini's there, trying to get a little touch pass over to Jensen. She does. T-Winkle over to Danielson. Danielson with some room and sends the ball into Bailey Crawford. Again with a relatively easy catch. That was a shot from about 30 to 35 yards out by Danielson, and was a relatively easy stop for goalkeeper Bailey Crawford there. Hudson regains possession here. Marley Johnston going backward to Ani Lewis. Lewis trying to get it over to T-Winkle. It's intercepted by Chippewa Falls. Lizzie Collinson on the left side for the Raiders gains possession, trying to get it to Ani Lewis, who drives it deeper into the box, but right into the heart of the defense, turns it over. And trying to avoid a corner kick there for Chippewa Falls. Defender did a nice job of kicking the ball out the touch line, and that'll be a throw-in instead of a corner. So Ani Lewis taking the throw for the Raiders will more than likely try to get it into the box for the Hudson Raiders. And does. Ball goes to Collinson on the left side there. Instead of letting the goalkeeper get that one, the ball's driven out of bounds, and that's going to be a corner kick for the Raiders. Collinson and Danielson are going 2v1. Ball's going to be passed probably from Danielson to Collinson and back. And it is. Danielson, what did they call here? Danielson's wondering the same thing I am. What on earth was the call? The referee's trying to explain what happened, but not only is he off my Christmas list, but I'm getting to get a strong dislike for this center official here today. I shouldn't say that, sorry. Shot by the Hudson Raiders, stopped by Bailey Crawford, with Savannah Jensen bearing in on goal for a rebound that doesn't come. Goalkeeper Bailey Crawford punts that away, but it's going to go right out of bounds to be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders there. Pretty sloppy play by Chippewa Falls there, gaining possession and turning the ball right over. Stella Duffy throws the ball to the feet of Danielson and goes by and goes to Massini. Massini to T-Winkle. T-Winkle in the center of the field, trying to get some space, and does. Sends it out to Collinson. Collinson misses that ball, and number 7 is Adriana Bernier of Chippewa. Sends the ball out of bounds. Ani Lewis takes the throw for Hudson. Gets the ball up to Massini. Massini sending a ball in there to Jensen. Doesn't quite get there. Chippewa Falls intercepts, sends it out of the box. Marley Johnston now with a left-footed ball goes off the Chippewa Falls Cardinals, and that'll be another corner for the Hudson Raiders. Let's see if they've corrected what they did incorrectly last time that the referee called them for. I don't understand what that is or was. I'm guessing Danielson will pop this into the goal box, and she does. There's an opportunity by the Raiders again. Jensen couldn't get enough mustard on the ball, and Bailey Crawford, the goalkeeper for Chippewa, turns around, dives on the ball before it goes in. There was a defender for Chippewa Falls behind it. May have kicked the ball out, but the goalkeeper made a nice save, illustrating the point we're just not getting enough mustard on the ball and shooting hard enough to get it past the Chippewa Falls Cardinals today. Excuse me. Hudson Raiders send the ball out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cardinals. T-Winkle with the ball for the Raiders. Sends the ball straight up the field there to Cameron Massini. Massini, nice bit of footwork. Nice ball by Massini to Jensen. If she can get there, Jensen on the right side gets a shot. Just misses wide to the left. Massini with another great ball. Boy, if there's one player for the Raiders that has great field vision and just the right amount of effort, it's Cameron Massini. I've always been impressed with how she plays, and she's having a great game today. That was a great ball to Jensen on the right-hand side. Would have loved to seen Jensen cut it in a little bit more toward the goal. Instead, she just ran straight forward. It flattened out the angle there, and she didn't have as good an angle on the goal for the shot as she could have maybe had. So we'll know the Hudson Raiders are making it as finishers when they can dispossess a goalkeeper and go one-on-one with them and get them off-centered and just pass the ball to the back of the net. That's what the better goal scorers can do. Hudson gains possession as it goes back and forth again. Now Chippewa, now Hudson. Jensen with the ball on the right side, has about 5 yards of space. Sends the ball to the left there. Collinson can't catch up to that. Let's see if she can stop it before going out of bounds. And she does, but then just kicks it out the end line there, and that's going to be a goal kick for the Cardinals. I know Coach Solom has to be working on ball control and possession inside the penalty box area for Hudson. It's been a little bit scattered today. At times it's very well done. Many more times we can't maintain possession. Free kick for the Raiders coming here. Ball put down at the spot of the foul. T-Winkle is going to take this ball. She's probably got the longest leg on the team. She can easily put this one up into the penalty box area and does. And that ball Massini gets a touch on. Jensen trying to get open space. Shifts the ball, trying to get a shot. It goes off a Chippewa. That should be a corner kick for the Raiders, and it is. Good job by Jensen trying to get some space to get a shot off there. Defender from Chippewa knocks it out of bounds. We can't see if Hudson is going 2v1 or going to just send this ball into the 6, but by the setup of the defense, it looks like they're going to send the ball in. Well, they do go 2v1 there. You see the ball sliding out to T-Winkle. She gets it to the center of the field. Ashley Anderson gets the ball up to Marley Johnston. Johnston slides the ball over to Annie Lewis. Lewis the ball up to Massini. Massini, good ball to the center of the field again, and boy, we just are not in a position there on that backside of the goal to take advantage of it. Chippewa lets a bouncing ball come through, and there's two Hudson Raiders there. Massini with a good bit of hustle again, fighting for those 50-50 balls. There are many kids that are going to give you more effort than Cameron Massini, so good job, Cam. Chippewa knocks the ball out of bounds, out the end line. It's going to be another corner kick for the Hudson Raiders. Chippewa is way too casual with that ball in their defensive third, and they're giving Hudson opportunity after opportunity. And we simply haven't been able to convert in this 0-0 battle. Ball comes in there. Oh, the ball is slid along the whole goal face, and no Hudson Raider is there to redirect that thing. Ball's in the box again. Cameron Massini with the touch. Knocked out by Chippewa. Comes outside the box. Chippewa with control temporarily. Tough when we can't see the corners of the field, folks. Sorry about that. Ashley Anderson running the ball down for Hudson, sends it back to McKenna Olson. Olson plays it with her feet. Nice long ball by Olson past the midfield mark. That's a great ball by McKenna Olson there. Jensen with the ball. Gets it on her right foot there. Slide tackle by Chippewa Falls. That's number 17, Hazel Bailing, with a nice slide tackle. Obviously calling the ball out on Jensen and giving the ball to Chippewa Falls. Another mistake by this officiating crew. Chippewa Falls with the throw in here. They send that out of bounds, and if they don't give that to Hudson, there's going to be an inquisition here. Even though Chippewa Falls is trying to beg for that play. There's Hudson Stella Duffy sends the ball to Jensen's feet. She tries to get it upfield, intercepted by Chippewa, sent back to Ani Lewis for Hudson. Lewis getting it to the outside. Nobody from Hudson there, though. That should be a Chippewa Falls throw-in, and it is. Anderson battling for the ball. Oh, sends a dangerous ball to the Chippewa Falls defender that was sitting 3 feet away from her. Anderson has to know that you can't send a ball to the center of the field with a weak ball. I think she does realize that as she gives a tug on that ponytail and is a little bit frustrated. You absolutely can't have a turnover at that position on the field. We are very thankful that Chippewa Falls offense is so inept that they would have no idea what to do with the ball in the attacking third there. There's another shot in by Chippewa Falls, but harmlessly sent out of the penalty box area there by Hudson, and the ball is brought back upfield. Chippewa tries to bang it back into the box area. McKenna Olson's there to get the ball. Can't grab that cleanly again. That was kind of a cross between a grab and a punch, and we did neither. Savannah Jensen with the ball, trying to clear the space, but cannot. Chippewa Falls bodies the ball down. Jensen kicks the ball out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Chippewa Falls. That's Caitlin Sidney. It's number 6 for Chippewa. High ball sent in toward Ani Lewis, headed out to Marley Johnston. Hudson can't maintain possessions, intercepted by Chippewa temporarily. Hudson kicks the ball out of bounds. It's going to be a Chippewa throw. Ani Lewis with the ball for the Raiders again. Lewis, recognizing that pressure's coming down the middle of the field, does the right thing, the smart thing again, by sending the ball out of bounds to the right there and let Hudson's defense recover. T-Winkle steps up. I believe a foul was called somewhere, somehow. Actually, boy, that's a call from about 2 minutes ago, or there must be saying the ball went out of bounds. Holy smokes. Ball goes out of bounds off Chippewa. Ani Lewis with the throw in again for Hudson. Marley Johnson, nice battle for a 50-50 ball. Shields it, gets the win, turns and fires it upfield. No clear possession yet. Chippewa used Savannah Jensen. They're going to give that ball to Hudson. Boy, that's the first time a mistake was made in our favor. She used Savannah Jensen there, but the referee didn't catch that. The ball went off of Jensen and out of bounds, but we'll take it. It's not good odds when you get one right and 10 or 12 wrong. Ani Lewis with the Hudson Raiders with the ball on the left side as Hudson attacks over to Savannah Jensen. Savannah Jensen still maintaining possession there. Nice touch by Jensen to get the ball over to T-Winkle. T-Winkle trying to be a little too much touch on the ball and can't quite maintain possession there. Headed in by Collinson to Cameron Massini. Massini with the ball on her left side there now. Cuts the ball back in, gets the ball on her right side and gets a shot off. Blocked by Lizzie Collinson of the Raiders. Touched by Jensen to the outside and cleared out of the goal box area by Chippewa Falls. Marley Johnston with the ball for the Raiders again. Sends it back into the middle. The ball comes. Hudson can't get a touch, sent out by the Chippewa Falls Cardinals again. And in possession with space to operate are the Chippewa Falls Cardinals, mistouched in the middle of the field. Hudson regains possession, headed back by Chippewa again. Boy, again, just not a lot of control here, folks. Ball's going back and forth. No more than 1 or 2 passes in succession before the ball's just turned over to the other team. Number 14 for the Cardinals is Chloe Kester there. Chasing the ball down now for the Raiders is Ani Lewis. She's going to let that ball clear out of bounds, and she's going to take the throw. And substitutions are probably going to come on and off the field as they do. Duffy leaves the field for Hudson. Coming in there for Hudson, number 3 is Isabel Wisty. Lewis with the ball on Hudson's left side as they're attacking. Chippewa intercepts. Brings the ball back to the center of the field. Nice slotted ball, but it's intercepted by Wisty, who brings it out to the right defensive side of the field for Hudson. Carries it upfield, gets the ball to Jensen. Jensen back to Wisty on the overlap. Wisty trying to slot a ball there to Hudson's Ellie Young, number 12, playing a midfield spot now. Can't quite get it there. There's the ball to the center. Massini's going to fight for that ball. Hudson gains possession. Collinson with the ball. And the referee must have a flag up again on one of the ARs on the side there, which is indicating an offsides again. Hudson's got to have better awareness with their people on the top. You can't precede into the attacking third beyond the last defender without the ball. Johnston turns, slides the ball over to the left to Ani Lewis, number 25. Lewis back to Johnston. Johnston's going to send the ball back to the middle and does to T. Winkle. T. Winkle, number 13, with the ball right up the gut to Cameron Massini. Nice ball to the left side of the field over to Ani Lewis with room to operate there. If Lewis can get a ball chipped in, and does. That was a nice play by the Hudson Raiders. It looked like Collinson didn't get the body in a position to hit a volley. That ball looked like it kind of hit her on the calf or the backside there and went out of bounds off the Raiders. It's going to be a goal kick for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Decent scoring opportunity. That was a great ball by Massini to the top left, and Ani Lewis sends the ball in, but we can't convert once the ball's in the box. Ball going back and forth with possession here. Young over to Johnston. Johnston back to T. Winkle. T. Winkle sliding a nice ball out to Ani Lewis with space. Lewis with the ball on the left side there. Defender closes hard. Lewis comes back, sends the ball back to the middle there. That would have been a good ball for T. Winkle. It was intercepted, though, I think, by Ellie Young. T. Winkle could have teed up and let that one fly. Ball comes into the goal box there. Massini sends the ball out to the left side. That looks like Collinson. Collinson with a left-handed ball. That looks like a handball in the box, ladies and gentlemen, which should be a PK for Hudson. Let's see what they're going to call here. Clearly a handball in the box. Oh my goodness. Clearly a handball in the box that was missed entirely. They're just going to call that out the end line and give Hudson a corner. Not a good call by the referee there. Hudson had another scoring opportunity there, but harmlessly knocked away. Ball goes out of bounds. Going to be another corner kick for the Raiders. Looks like Collinson and Danielson will again team up on the corner. Hudson's had numerous opportunities on corners to run set plays or run a better play. That ball, again, it is slotted right across the entire goal face, and not a single Hudson Raider is able to be in position on the backside of the goal to volley that, head that, or body that thing into the net. Boy, Hudson definitely has to work on those scoring opportunities off corners. I mean, they've taken maybe 10 or 12 corners today. And in the past games that we've called, they've scored a number of times off corners, but not today. Chippewa Falls, ball in the box. It does just enough to thwart that threat again. I want to say that 5 times fast. Thwart the threat. Ball comes back in. Hudson with the ball in the attacking third. Ball's thrown into the box there to Massini. Massini gets a right foot on it, goes up and over the goalpost there. Be a goal kick for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Substitutions may come on and off again, but not. Ball's cleared out by Chippewa, knocked down by Ellie Young. Ellie Young slides the ball over to Izzy Wisty. Wisty, number 3, with the ball. Gets it to Jensen on the right side. Jensen cuts it back, puts the ball on her left foot, sends the ball into the center. That's T-Winkle, too far of a touch, gets away from her, intercepted by Chippewa. Re-engaged by Hudson there, lost again. T-Winkle battling for a 50-50 ball, loses that to Chip. Chip slides the ball to the center again. Hudson steps up and intercepts. Johnston with the ball, trying to get it to the middle, and does. That's Stella Duffy there, looks like, for the Raiders, trying to get to open space. Can't control the ball. Turned over to Chippewa again. T-Winkle with the ball one more time. Goes into pressure instead of away. Loses the ball. Chippewa with control right now. Back taps. Chippewa loses the ball by going into Johnston. Johnston gets the ball upfield. Massini sends the ball up to Duffy. Duffy on the left-hand side into free space here. She's going to get a shot off with the left foot. Hits the post again, the top of the post. That 8-foot tall post has been a beast today. It's made more stops than Bailey Crawford, the goalkeeper. Not really. She's probably got about 8 or 9, and the post has 2. But Hudson easily could be up 2-0 on the 2 balls that have hit goalposts. I think Collinson had one, and that one there was by T-Winkle there. T-Winkle turns the ball again and restarts the attack for the Raiders, who lose the ball over to Chip again. Possession going back and forth. Raiders, Chippewa, back and forth. Chippewa with the ball with a clear path. Nobody applying pressure by stepping up. Hudson finally intercepts. Johnston with the ball, sends a ball up to Jensen. Jensen with the ball on the right side at midfield. Good bit of footwork by Jensen to maintain possession. Nice cut back. Jensen got 5 yards of space with that move. Sends the ball up to Massini on the right side. Massini outside the box. Couldn't lift the ball up enough to get it up and in near the goal box area. It goes off the hip of the Chippewa defender and out of bounds. Is going to be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Be nice to see more of Hudson's players get in the box where there's a better chance for a scoring opportunity. Instead, as you can see, we have the 2 in the center, and we've got everybody else outside the box to the right side there, out of view of the camera here. So we don't know what's happening right now. There comes the ball. Hudson regains possession. That's T-Winkle with the ball. Sends it to the middle, right to the Chippewa defender, number 17, Hazel Bailing. Chippewa with control of the ball toward midfield. Intercepted by Hudson. Mistouched by Danielson. Goes back to Chippewa. Back to Hudson. Back to Chippewa. Chippewa with 2 passes in a row. A record for the last 2 minutes. 3 or 4 passes in a row. There's a turnover that we've been waiting for. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by Hudson. That should be, well, they're giving that to Hudson. Must have been off a Chippewa Falls Cardinal there. Hudson's throw. Ani Lewis, number 25 for the Raiders, taking that throw. Good throw in by Lewis. Jostling for the ball. No call is made. Duffy with the ball on the left side inside the goal box. Good bit of defense there. Good battle by Duffy. Ball gets knocked away, and that's going to be a corner kick for the Hudson Raiders. Oh, just a throw-in, sorry. About halfway through the second half here, folks, at a 0-0 tie between your Hudson Raiders and the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. This is Knut Johnson reporting for Raiders Soccer today. Glad to be here at Darius Field in Chippewa Falls. Today, I would say we have a battle of possession that neither team is winning. Massini with the ball for the Raiders, sends the ball over to Jensen, who can't control that pass. Chippewa intercepts. T-Winkle regains possession, sends a hard ball up and over to the right side of the goal box there. That's going to be our goal post there. That's going to be a goal kick for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. T-Winkle, again, probably the strongest leg on the team, needs to drive that ball low and hard and no higher than 8 feet by 24 feet wide. Somewhere in that box would be great. We would call that a goal. Whiskey gains possession for Hudson, sends the ball up to Jensen. Jensen with 10 yards of open space. Instead of using it, sends the ball to the middle. Players are tumbling like bowling pins there. They're going to be calling a foul there, it looks like, on Stella Duffy, and they're giving a free kick to the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Spooner taking the free kick for the Cardinals, goes back to Hudson's defense there. Danielson sends the ball up to T-Winkle. T-Winkle, good bit of possession there. To Massini. Massini, nice pull back there. Mispasses to the Chippewa defender. Chippewa has control of the ball now. 4 passes in a row by Chippewa. 5 passes in a row by Chippewa. And there is the proverbial turnover that we've come to know and love from the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Unfortunately, Hudson doesn't maintain possession, and it will be a throw-in for Chippewa Falls and taken by Adriana Bernier. Chloe Baudette for Chippewa with the ball, but she turns it over to Hudson. Cameron Massini with it temporarily, gets it over to Marley Johnson. Johnson to the outside, trying to send it to Ani Lewis, slips through her and the defender and goes out of bounds, and that's going to be another throw-in for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Stella Duffy with a throw-in for Hudson. They're going to call a foul on the throw-in, so to speak, and well, let's see what they are calling. Nope, they just called substitutions. They came on the field, and Duffy's going to defer to someone else for the throw. Massini there with the ball for the Raiders, tries to cut it back toward the end line and does, gets it inside and toward the box. Ball is slotted. Lizzie Collinson over on that backside, can't control the ball, goes to the outside to Chippewa Falls. Out of bounds, going to be a throw-in for the Raiders. Long ball sent up the right side there. Chippewa Falls gathers it in, makes a long touch, running at speed. Just chips the ball toward the goal. It goes to the right side of the goal and out of bounds. McKenna Olson, goalkeeper for the Hudson Raiders. Actually, I think that's Hudson's other goalkeeper there, Abigail Carlson, in the game now for the Raiders. Throw in for the Cardinals coming up here after substitutions. Ball goes over the head of Ashley Anderson. A little bit dangerous with Chippewa in the box area there. They're calling a foul on Chippewa Falls. It'll be a free kick for the Hudson Raiders at the spot of the foul. I'm going to allow Abigail Carlson, the young freshman goalkeeper, to take this free kick. She sends it up to Whiskey. Whiskey trying to turn, a little bit slow on the turn there. Chippewa knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be a Hudson throw. Whiskey takes this throw. That's what she's known for, extremely long throws. That ball slides by the defender, and Cameron Rossini had open space there. It would have been nice for her to use that 20 yards of open space. She tries to send a ball to the middle there to other Hudson Raiders. Hudson now has the ball on their left side as they attack. Ball goes out of bounds off Chippewa. It's going to be a throw-in for the Raiders. Ani Lewis, number 25, senior captain for the Hudson Raiders, is going to take this throw. Did I say senior captain Ani Lewis? That'd be junior captain Ani Lewis. She is a team captain along with number 8, Marley Johnston, more commonly known of as Bob. Goalkeeper Bailey Crawford in the game yet for Chippewa. Gathers this ball in, punts it away, gets up to midfield on a bounce. Whiskey with control of the ball temporarily, gets dispossessed. Chippewa counterattacks. Sends the ball out of bounds. Should be Hudson Raider ball, clearly. I'm not sure what number 3 is thinking. Number 3, Jenna Johnson, thought it was her ball when the Chippewa Falls Cardinal clearly just sent the ball out of bounds without anyone touching it. I don't think she is a Mensa member. Cameron Massini with the ball for the Raiders now. Chippewa Falls with possession, counterattacks. Collinson tries to win the ball. Whiskey with the ball. Oh, that's a trip. That's going to be called. That may be a card. I believe they are going to issue a yellow card to number 5. Yep, that's number 5, Alexa Crumrye for Hudson, who gets a yellow card for the trip. I don't think it was anything malicious, but a slide tackle from behind, which caused that trip, is grounds for a yellow card, I guess. Crumrye goes off the field for at least a play. They will be shorthanded, but they can send another player on for Crumrye. She can come back into play at the next possession if she'd like. 2 yellow cards, however, assesses a red card penalty, which puts you out for the game and the next 2. As Hudson waits for substitutions to finish up here, Carly Tewinkle puts the ball down, gets it all the way up to the top of the box area almost. Headed down by Whiskey. Whiskey with the ball on the right foot, sends the ball back. Ellie Young getting the ball up to the left side of the Hudson Raiders now to Duffy. Duffy turns, gets the ball to Jensen. Jensen coming backwards, comes into pressure by Chippewa, who intercepts the ball. Johnston gets it back. Johnson shielding the ball well, gets it to Tewinkle. Tewinkle back to Maddie Danielson on top. Danielson slides the ball to Savannah Jensen. Jensen can't get control of that ball to do anything with it, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Chippewa. It will be a Raider throw-in. Raiders take the throw. Get the ball to Duffy. Nice cutback by Duffy. Duffy with the left foot chips it up, and it's headed out of bounds by Chippewa Falls, and Danielson rushes over in the waning minutes of this game to try and take the corner. Lizzie Collinson and Danielson go 2v1 in the corner there with number 10 for Chippewa Falls. That's Cameron Lair defending. That ball gets sent into the top of the box. Headed out. There's Hudson. Oh, Marley Johnston with an opportunity and some space, but can't control the bouncing ball enough to get a shot off. Ball goes harmlessly out the end line off of Hudson, and that's going to be a goal kick for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. And number 18, Isabel Spooner, will be taking that goal kick. Ball goes out of bounds off Tewinkle. Throw in by Spooner of the Cardinals. Tewinkle over to Johnston. Johnston out to the left side there to Ani Lewis. Ball goes out of bounds. Lewis with the throw in. Up the sideline. Intercepted by Chip. Intercepted by Savannah Jensen of Hudson. Good job by Jensen. Jensen getting the ball up that left side. Stops, comes back. Gets the ball over to Duffy. Duffy on about the 15-yard line. Tries to send the ball up to Danielson. Slides it through. Danielson with the ball before it gets out the end line there. Danielson outside to Jensen. Jensen trying to get a little bit of space. Ball goes out off the Chippewa player, and Hudson will take the throw. Ani Lewis, number 25 for Hudson, waiting for substitutions on the field here, but Ani will take that throw in when the time resumes, and it does. Into the box, the ball is sent. Out of the box, the ball goes off of Chippewa, and it'll be another throw. Not much movement for the Hudson Raiders in that box area. There's a nice left-footed chip to the top of the box. Once again on the backside of the goal. Nobody there for Hudson. Oh, there was a scoring opportunity there by Cameron Massini. Sends the ball in. It ricochets off the goalkeeper and literally by inches just goes outside the post. That could have been easily the third goal of the game, much less the fourth or fifth goal of the game from other scoring opportunities that Hudson's had. Two balls off the top post and one ball sliding just inches off the right side far post there, or near post I should say. Ball is sent in. Goalkeeper Bailey Crawford gets a touch. Hudson sends it in, but it's actually knocked down by Jensen in the goal box area there. Ball goes out of bounds, hits the flag post there, so it'll be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Again, not much movement for Hudson inside the box. Would love to see a little more activity for players to get open for the throw-in rather than just standing and anticipating that it may come. Ball goes out of bounds off Chip. That should be a corner kick. So Danielson and Collinson will pair up again. Actually, Danielson's by herself. Not going to go 2v1. This ball will get lofted into the 6-yard goal box area or so. That ball is just sent right on a flat line there, as the last couple balls have been, and that's an easy stop for Bailey Crawford, who just softly distributes to the Chippewa Falls defender. Ellie Young with possession for Hudson, trying to get it upfield, and does to the right side there. T-Winkle with some space. Sends it out to the left side there to Jensen. Jensen trying to get a right foot shot off and does, but it goes left of the near post. Out of bounds. That's going to be a goal kick for the Cardinals. Just a few minutes left in this 90-minute game between your Hudson Raiders and the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. We are still, as the English would say, at 0-0. Chippewa with the goal kick. Carly T-Winkle sends it back in. Top of the box there for Hudson is Danielson, number 23. Danielson trying to get it over to Jensen. Jensen with a right foot pop. Right to the goalkeeper, Bailey Crawford, who gathers it in and will punt it away again. Ball comes down to number 9, Lily Spooner for Chippewa. Hudson regains possession. Wisty sending the ball in for Hudson, gets it up to Danielson on the center for the Hudson in the attacking third. Ani Lewis, she's a good physicality there with Lewis, sends it out to the left side. I'm not sure who she was sending it to. She's the far left defender. I think she was hoping a midfielder would be there for her, but that wasn't the case. Chippewa Falls throws it in, maintains possession, trying to get it upfield and do. Wisty with the ball. And Wisty, sensing pressure, just knocks the ball out of bounds to allow the defense to reset. Danielson with the ball for Hudson. Collinson approaching the top of the penalty box area, gets intercepted by Chippewa Falls. Hazel Bailing sends it out to the right side there to number 14, Chloe Kester. Kester can't catch up, and it's going to be a Hudson throw. That one is ricocheted off the shins of two players, but most recently off of Savannah Jensen to create a goal kick for the Cardinals.
Number 19, Andrea Sahaski in for Chippewa Falls.
Let's see if Hudson can manufacture some space to get a shot off and win this game here yet. All kinds of pressure. There's a shot by Jensen. Soft floater to Bailey Crawford of Chippewa Falls again. Crawford with the punt away. Comes down to the 40. Whiskey bodies the ball, puts it down to her feet. Trying to get the ball up to the right-hand side there to Lizzie Collinson. Ball's a little too far. With Bailey Crawford looking on, goalkeeper number 23, the Chippewa Falls Cardinals take a very weak goal kick there, putting pressure on themselves. There they clear it out of the box area there, still maintaining possession. Ellie Young trying to send the ball out to the left side for Hudson, no one there. That's a bad throw, needs to go over the head, sir. You whistled us on one bad throw. How about reciprocating? You're still off the Christmas list. Hudson takes the throw. Ani Lewis on the left-hand side as Hudson attacks. Ref says play on. Don't worry about our kid getting knocked down. Izzy Wisty trying to send a ball. Sends it to Chippewa. Ball bounces once or twice. And goalkeeper, boy, that's a dangerous play there. Now it's inside the box and Abigail Carlson can use her hands. You need to communicate much better with the defenders there on the expectations as a goalkeeper, please. Hudson gets the ball back upfield. Chippewa knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Just minutes left in this game, folks. Izzy Wisty for Hudson takes the throw, sends it deep into the box, headed out by Chip. Chippewa plays it back and clears the ball actually out of bounds. Hudson's Izzy Wisty is going to take the throw in for Hudson again. Into the box here again. Ball goes off the feet of the Hudson Raider. And trying to slot that ball back in. Can't do it. Sends it out the end line there. And that's going to be another goal kick for the Raiders. I think that was Massini with that ball. And tried to cross in but couldn't get it, keep it in the field of play. That's a little bit better goal kick for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals and still intercepted by Ella Young. Trying to get it to Massini, but we lose possession for Hudson. Goes over to Chippewa and they send it out big. Chippewa attacking 3v4. Spooner mistouches that ball, but T-Winkle can't gain hold of it. Number 15, Adeline Bengtson for Chippewa had it temporarily, but can't maintain possession either. Ball going back and forth. Spooner over to Spooner. She does keep the ball. There it went out of bounds. She kept it in bounds and it rolled out of bounds. Wisty will take the throw for the Raiders. Right up the line. Good throw by Wisty. Nice job defensively by Chippewa to win that ball from Duffy. Chippewa Falls on the attack again. Number 19 is Andrea Sahaski with the ball. Still maintaining possession. Bad touch by Chippewa and cleared out of bounds by Hudson. Not out of bounds. Kept in by Jensen. Good ball, Jensen. Ball's carried out by Chippewa. That'll be a throw-in for the Raiders. Hudson midfielders and forwards should get upfield. I think he's telling Jensen to take the throw in where it belongs. I think Jensen was trying to get a couple of yards. Ani Lewis back where the referee indicates. Does take the throw. Gets it to T-Winkle. T-Winkle, nice job controlling the throw in there. And then sends it in, but Chippewa intercepts. T-Winkle again with the ball. Pops the ball into the penalty box area. believe they're going to call a foul there on Hudson. Well, they're calling the foul on Chippewa Falls. Must have jumped into Ani Lewis there. We'll take it. We'll take the free kick here about 35 yards outside the goal area there. It's Danielson with the free kick and a nice stretching shot, but up and over the goalpost there. Danielson with about a yard too much on that ball. It goes up and hits the football goalposts a yard or so above the 8-foot posts. Couple feet anyway, on top of the 8 foot. I think the goalposts are 10 feet high. Chippewa ready to take the goal kick again. That's been a common theme for the day. They must be getting tired taking all those goal kicks. Collinson trying to get the ball to Duffy. He can't, but Danielson finally does. Ball comes back. Massini with the ball, trying to get it through. Here she is to Lizzie Collinson. Collinson gets run off the ball by the Chippewa defender. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say that's off Collinson. I can't imagine how, but they're going to give that ball as another goal kick to the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. Another short kick. Ball bounces around. Chippewa maintains possession. Hudson regains. T-Winkle over to Jensen. Jensen to the outside to Ani Lewis. Ani trying to get it to the inside. Can't quite get it there to Massini. Danielson with the ball now, trying to get a few yards of open space. Can't get by those last couple defenders. Duffy battling for the ball. They call a foul on Duffy, and they're going to call a free kick for Chippewa. It looks like Massini might be down. Is that Massini or Danielson? That's Massini there, so it can't be Massini. I believe Maddie Danielson was down on the turf there. Must be okay. She's up and running again. Only seconds left in the game now, folks. Taking the free kick for Chippewa. There's the kick. Hudson intercepts. And ladies and gentlemen, there's the whistle with a 0-0 tie. Hudson versus the Chippewa Falls Cardinals from Darius Field in Chippewa Falls. This is Canute Johnson signing off for your Hudson Raiders. That was a lackluster game. Really? That's what I was afraid of. 0-0 tie. Hudson hit the...
Thank you. Have a great evening. Again, thank you for your support of high school sports. Good evening.